Welcome back to the channel. I'm BRAVExHERO, and today we're going to be discussing the top 10 best PVE exotics in Destiny 2. With over 90 different exotics in this game, from kinetic, special, and heavy weapons, not all of them are deadly in PvE. So that's what we're going to find out today. Which are the 10 best PvE exotics? But before we do, if you're new to the channel, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying the videos. But without further delay, let's get into the video. Starting off at number 10, we have what I call the bow trifecta. We have the Lumina, Trinity Ghoul, and Tiku's Divination. The reason all three of these made the list is because how well they perform in PvE. And it's no surprise that when it comes to exotic combat bows, Bungie really spoiled us. With Lumina and its exotic perk Poison Arrows, arrows fired quickly after a full draw become poison arrows. You can really take down a lot of enemies with this, but not only that, it has an intrinsic overload perk to it, meaning this is strong against overload champions. Lumina finds itself on today's list because of how well it performs in endgame content. Speaking of endgame content, let's talk about Tiku's Divination. With Tiku's Divination and its exotic perk Sacred Flame, you could really take advantage of the auto tracking it provides you. Not only that, targets marked by these projectiles explode upon death. You could really take down a lot of enemies with this. But if that wasn't enough, utilizing Tiku's against those yellow bar captains, you could really cause a lot of havoc against them. Being able to follow up every auto tracking shot with an explosive shot deals a lot of damage to them. Closing out our bow trifecta, we have Trinity Ghoul. This combat bow gives players the power of arc in the palm of their hands. Being able to fire an arrow at a group of enemies and electrify all of them is a great feeling. And when a Nightfall calls for an arc weapon, you can bet that Trinity Ghoul is one of the best options. Personally, what I like about the bow trifecta, regardless of what the activity calls for in burn damage, you have an element for everything. Before we get into our next exotic, a huge shout out to the sponsor of today's video, Opera GX. Guys, Opera GX is a web browser that was specifically built for you, the gamer. With the creation of Opera GX, they had one goal in mind: to enhance your gaming experience without jeopardizing any of your computer's resources. They do this with a built-in feature that lets you control how much CPU and RAM you allow it to use, thus allowing you to enhance your gaming experience by reducing any lag that comes with your normal browsers, such as Google, Edge, and even Firefox. Oh, did I mention that you can also turn on the feature that limits the amount of bandwidth used by Opera GX? Look, normal browsers such as Google can really eat up a lot of bandwidth, and if you're like me and stream, this can cause you to drop frames and on rare occasions cause your stream to crash. But with this feature on Opera GX, by limiting your bandwidth, this can lead to a much more smooth gaming and streaming experience. Now, one of the best features that comes with Opera GX is integrated social media tabs. Let me ask you, how often are you checking your phone for those Bungie tweets? Or maybe you're looking at that spicy BRAVExHERO Instagram post. Well, rather than having multiple windows open on Google, which can lead to higher RAM usage, Opera GX comes with a built-in sidebar, and it comes with all your favorite social media services. But not only that, the GX player also allows you to use apps such as Spotify or Apple Music. One of my favorite features on Opera GX is that it lets me stay connected with my Discord community. Yes guys, Discord is also available on the sidebar. With new features being added daily, one of the great things coming to Opera GX is forced dark pages. No more of these bright screens hurting your eyes while you're in your office. Now, make every page dark. Now, one of the newest features is GX Mobile, which is similar to the Opera GX browser, but for your phone. GX Mobile brings all your favorite features from the desktop version and puts it into the palm of your hands. If you're looking for a browser that can make surfing the internet and staying connected with multiple social media platforms, then Opera GX is a great option. And did I mention it's free? So if you're interested in Opera GX, my link will be down below, and it would be greatly appreciated if you use that link to download Opera GX. Thank you for sponsoring today's video, Opera GX. And with that, let's get back into the list of exotics. Coming in at number 9, we have the exotic hand cannon, Lumina. This comes with the exotic perk, Noble Rounds. Kills with this weapon leave behind remnants. Absorbing remnants converts your next hipfire shot into an ally-seeking noble round and partially refills the magazine. It also comes with the perk Blessing of the Sky. Using a noble round on an ally heals them and grants both you and them a weapon damage bonus for a short duration. If you've been living under a rock, then you probably missed the nerf to Weapons of Light. Rather than it giving you a 35% buff, it now only gives you a 25% damage buff. But this is where Lumina steals the show, and finds a spot on today's list. Rather than it receiving a Weapons of Light nerf, sorry Bubble Titans, when you activate Blessing of the Sky, Lumina still grants a 35% damage buff to you and your ally for 11 seconds. Oh wait, let's not forget that with a fully unlocked Catalyst, you now get 2 Noble rounds rather than 1, which allows you to grant this 35% damage buff to more teammates, thus making Lumina a great asset in any team activity. Number 8 on today's list is the Tractor Cannon, aka the Boop Cannon. This comes with the exotic perk Repulsor Force. This weapon emits a powerful impulse that pushes enemies away, suppressing their abilities and making them more vulnerable to all incoming damage. What if I told you that this shotgun has the ability to nerf bosses? Well, it does. Being able to suppress a boss and instill a massive debuff for 10 seconds, which it can be applied over and over again, is a huge win for any weapon. But this weapon is also great for cleaning up large groups of low tier enemies. Let's not forget that with a fully unlocked Catalyst, this weapon gets a magazine increase and more in its reserves. With all of its amazing perks, it's no surprise that the Tractor Cannon booped its way to number 8. Coming in at number 7, we have the Xenophage, aka the 50 cal of Destiny 2. Now this weapon comes with pyrotoxin rounds, fires high-powered explosive ammunition. There's a lot of good reasons to use this machine gun. It's great for dealing with those annoying yellow bar enemies, and it can also deal massive amounts of damage to enemy bosses. Let's not forget that it also comes with a very generous ammo economy. And unlike other machine guns, which spray a barrage of bullets, Xenophage is very special. It feels like you're firing an artillery shell. If you're looking to pack a punch in PvE, Xenophage can make you feel like you have a pocket tank. Coming in at number 6, we have Lament, aka the Chainsaw Sword. Now this weapon comes with the exotic perk Banshee's Wail. When holding block with this weapon, you start to rev the blade, which increases damage and adds a shield piercing to all attacks. Look, a lot of Destiny players think that this sword only had one purpose, and that was to deal with the Aatrax encounter in the Deepstone Crypt raid. But with its intrinsic anti-barrier, this is an amazing weapon for Legend Lost sectors and can really eat away at any of those barrier champions' shields. And if that wasn't enough, it comes with the perk Rev Consumption. Damaging a combatant heals the wielder. This perk is extremely noticeable in those Master Lost sectors. When you're up close and personal with that anti-barrier enemy, each hit you land against that enemy will give you 10 health points back. Coming in at number 5, we have the Gala Horn. This exotic rocket launcher has been nerfed over and over again, but it still remains an S tier option for PvE. And the reason for that is its exotic perk Wolfpack rounds. Rounds fired split into tracking cluster missiles upon detonation. This perk gave a lot of headaches to the devs in Destiny 1, and it still gives a lot of headaches to them now because of how deadly it is. Let's not forget that the Catalyst turns this into a complete monster, taking its magazine from 1 to 2. Guys, think of the possibilities. If you're a hunter, you're running marksman dodge, you could fire 4 shots off with that Gala Horn in a matter of seconds. With its re-release in Destiny 2, it came with the perk Pack Hunter, which can now give other players who are using non-exotic rocket launchers the perk Wolfpack rounds. This is one weapon that is worth the price of the expansion. It's so damn good, hardcore PvE players never let this monster leave their inventory. Coming in at number 4, we have a weapon that sparked controversy all over Twitter. We have the Divinity. This trace rifle comes with the exotic perk Judgment. Sustained damage with this weapon envelops the target in a field that weakens and stuns them. It's strong against overload champions. That's right guys, it has intrinsic overload, making this a very desirable weapon. This is probably one of the most used weapons in any Destiny raid, and it only takes one player to use it for the entire fire team to benefit. This weapon is great for weakening bosses and increasing your damage by 30%. Let's not forget that when you're firing this weapon at a boss, it engages the target and turns it into one large crit spot. Aside from it being a great asset to your fire team, it also deals bonus damage when the enemy is hit for 4.2 seconds. It'll activate the perk Penance. But with such a powerful gun, not everybody has access to this weapon. Why is that? Because this is probably one of the most difficult weapons to get on today's list. Players have to jump through hoops and rings just to get this weapon, and it's 100% worth it. Coming in at number 3, we have Izanagi's Burden, aka the Super Sniper Shot. Now the sniper comes with the exotic perk Honed Edge. Consume the magazine and load a round with additional range and damage. Essentially, you can load all 4 shots into one mega shot. For those wondering, with Honed Edge times 2, you deal about 100% damage. With times 3, 200%. And with times 4, 300%, making this one of the best damage snipers in the game. Its catalyst makes it even stronger. With honed edge times 4 and an active catalyst, this now deals 380% damage. Also, it has some of the sickest ornaments in the game. Coming in at number 2, we have the Wither Horde, aka the Blight Gun. This comes with the exotic perk Primeval's Torment. Projectiles fired by this weapon blight the target or nearby area on impact. It's no surprise that Wither Horde takes the second spot on today's list. Guys, what can I say? Since its initial release, this weapon has been a menace. If there was ever a weapon that could deal with ad control, this is the weapon. Who would have guessed it? A grenade launcher that shoots blights would be ranked so high on today's list. Any PVE expert can tell you that this weapon is necessary for any day 1 raids. And when it comes to Grandmaster Nightfalls, this is one grenade launcher you want to take with you. Let's not forget that with a fully unlocked catalyst, Wither Horde gains the perk Auto-Loading Holster, only adding to its viability in in-game content. Our number 1 weapon on today's list recently got a rework, and due to that rework, it really boosted the real estate of this weapon. We have the exotic linear fusion rifle, Arbilis, and it comes with the exotic perk Compounding Force. Fires slugs that cause massive damage to combatant shields. It's strong against anti-barrier champions. The result of that rework was giving this weapon intrinsic anti-barrier rounds, thus really making this a viable option in all in-game content. This gun not only destroys the shields of barrier champions, but it can easily break the elemental shields of any enemy in one shot. It also comes with the perk Disruption Break. Not only do your teammates deal more damage with their kinetic weapons, but since the Arbilis is a kinetic weapon, it also deals bonus damage. Hence why you'll see players stun a barrier champion and continue to use Arbilis for the kill. If that wasn't enough, guys, when you unlock the catalyst for Arbilis, it now gains the perk Genesis. Also, it gains a +20 to handling and a magazine increase of 1. Ever since the rework, Arbilis has been one of my favorite weapons. It's hard to choose any other anti-barrier weapon to replace it. Anyone can easily see that Arbilis is the best weapon in Destiny 2 at the moment. By using Arbilis, this allows players to experiment with their loadout since they know they have the anti-barrier department covered. And there you have it, the top 10 exotic weapons for PvE in Destiny 2. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, a like is greatly appreciated. Before you go, if you're new to Destiny 2 and you're looking for more friends to play with, feel free to join my community Discord, and you can find like-minded players just looking to have fun in Destiny 2. Thank you so much for stopping by. You enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video.